Hey everybody. Hello. Long time no see. And welcome to another episode of Imperfect Peace. Like, where have we been? Like, girl. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's been
over a month. I very much checked it.
Yeah, it's been over a month, y'all. So before we go anywhere, we're going to go ahead and welcome everybody in. So you know how we do. Got my tea light candle.
Mine's already lit. Don't worry about it.
Yes, hers is already lit. So let me catch up.
No, you're good. So I'm like, you know.
All right. They are in the building. All right. So you already know what time it is. You know what time it is right now. You know what time it is right now. The happiest of the happiest times. What? It is time for happy hour. A happy hour.
You want to go first?
I mean, I can. Shit.
I think you should. I very much think you need to go first today. Let's just go ahead, because I know you very much are gonna come with it, because you look like you've been ready.
Okay, so my happy hour is, man, within this past month, that we haven't gone, just things have been so amazing. I mean, I can't complain. I can only sing praises. I'm happy. I'm enjoying life. I'm fulfilled. I am so many things that I want to explain, but I can't. Like, so my happy hour is just the fact that I am genuinely happy. Like, this is genuine joy. So like, no funnies, no nothing. Like, this is genuine joy. So I think that's my happy hour today. What's your happy hour, sis?
My happy hour, life is very much taking me on like a different path that I completely expected. I remember the last time what I was talking about when I very much was recording. I think we was outside. But this time, coming from a place of like, I don't know. I've learned to appreciate 5 energy within the last couple months. And it is a beautiful feeling. I have very much finally manifested my soulmate on some shit. And I want to say, happy hour. I'm so happy that I met this person. But I just want people to know it's not shit that you do and think, oh, life is going to be great. It is very much work that you have to put in. But I'm so gracious because all the shit that I very much have been through within the last year has very much prepared me for this. My lifetime has prepared me for this. I am extremely ecstatic on some shit like every day is a new day that I wake up and I'm just like, fuck, I get to do this with my best friend, my lover, my everything. And it's like, what are we doing today? Like on some shit. Every day's an adventure. Like, it's a new appreciation.
Yeah.
I'm not tied down to anything. I can do whatever I want at this point. And
yo, there's just a freedom for that. Like, that's dope.
That's 5 energy.
Yeah.
You know that's personal freedom. Like,
yeah, definitely.
I feel free.
Yeah. All right.
Cheers to freedom. Cheers to freedom.
Yes, actually, come on now. Hey.
Yes. Oh God, this gonna be.
I should have better prepared myself for that. Okay. Ooh, that gin is not.
I wasn't
everything
prepared.
To play with.
I haven't been drinking though. I know I usually am like, I really do like to drink or some shit, but very much I've not been drinking.
You know what? And I ain't gonna say I haven't been drinking, girl. I've been having a good time. I've been having a blast. Okay. All right. So what are we talking about today, sis?
Today's topic is going to be about, sorry, very much still feel the crown. We're talking about personal accountability in relationships today, because I feel like it's a very spot on topic, especially for what we've been going through these last couple months. It's a few months. So yes, definitely from two different standpoints on some shit. Like, we're just gonna talk about it. That's how I'm gonna put it, because I was gonna try to explain it, but it is from two different like standpoints. Like how she's going through it and how I'm going through it is very much still the same thing, just from two different angles.
Okay, so why don't you start us off? Go ahead.
Okay, so the biggest thing that I've had to learn about personal accountability, especially in relationships, is the fact that you're very much gonna have to admit shit that you don't want. You very much are gonna have to say things about yourself and come to terms with things about yourself that you don't want to come to terms with. And the only way that you can make it better is to take that responsibility to say these things. And it's like, you don't want to. You don't want to acknowledge it. You want to pretend like it doesn't even exist on some shit. But it's like, you cannot function without taking that accountability. Yeah. Like, because with accountability comes a responsibility. And that's a lot of times why I will run from accountability, because I don't want that responsibility. Because once you know, you very much have to do something about it. And in spirituality, once you know, they are not gonna get off your back about it until you do some shit.
Like, it's bad sometimes. Like, I be like, yo, dang, and then they'll like keep nagging at it. Like, it will never go away at that point. So I understand what you're saying. For me, I think with, like she said, it's different for her and for myself, because like I've been going through divorces situation and stuff like that. So for me, it's like a point of reflection and understanding where I have to take accountability for certain things that went wrong or went awry, or however things were operating within the relationship. It's for me, it's like I can't point fingers at this. Like, it's not that I can't point fingers, because I most definitely can point fingers, but it's like I don't have a desire or a need to point fingers, because I feel like, for me, and I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, I feel like the moment that I stop pointing fingers and the moment that I start looking at myself and taking accountability for my part in whatever situation, that's when I can truly free myself from the situation. Until then, it's like I'm always stuck in the cycle of the situation, because I can't see or own my part in whatever transpired. So
okay, so here's my thing though, because I really tipsy a little bit. So on some shit, like, if I could just, because you know me, I honestly don't mind diving into my life and telling it. I very much met the love of my life on some shit, like it was completely on accident. And I remember us talking about this shit on camera, like, very much is going to be on accident on some shit you just don't plan for it. You don't. And I have had to humble myself to make this work on some shit. I really would. Relationships, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I feel very vulnerable on some weird shit, like I want to cry. And I have been in this space because of her, that I'm easy to feel these emotions. And it's like, there's a level of vulnerability that I feel right now on some shit because of the accountability that I've had to take. Like, I have had to really realize that as people, we will try to dim our fucking lights.
Yeah.
To please other people, when really, when you do that, that also is a lack of accountability.
Yes.
It is. When you dim your light, it's you trying to not take the accountability for the situation at hand and what you're feeling and what you're processing, what you're thinking. So really, you're stunning your own growth when you do stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And I really don't understand. I do, because I very much am going through it. But I don't understand on some shit like, why would this make me do this? And it is one of those things where it's like, the relationship with our parents is so important. Like,
it's essential.
Yes. Like, we very much have to take the accountability that our parents were our first build of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And I have learned recently that there are just some people who, it don't matter what they do, they don't want to take accountability as a parent. And that is sad. And I mean that from a place of just like, whenever we become older and become parents ourselves, we very much parent from a place of either A, I'm going to be like this parent, or B, I'm not going to be nothing like this parent. Right. So I feel like that's how relationships work. Like, I would either A, yes, I would like to have this love like my parent, or B, it's like, I would never want to be in a relationship like that. Yes, I realized that when I was talking to my cousin, literally yesterday. She was telling me, shout out to her dad, because her dad is amazing. Like, she really don't need for a man, because her dad takes care of her on some shit. Like, he never lets her go without. And that is why I do feel like in her particular situation, she struggles with that. Like, but me, it made me realize, like, my parents, I'm sorry. The relationship with my parents during it was not the best. Very much was the blueprint on how I started. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some shit of what I will accept, what I will tolerate, what I will, what I will put myself through. And I feel like, I don't know why, but I'm looking at this loaf of bread and it very much has a 222 on it. And I feel like spirit is bringing me something. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, it's fucking me up because I know I'm on camera. But I'm realizing some shit about myself right now. Like, I love my parents to the moon and back, but I very much had to choose myself. And that was a level of accountability of saying, look, I know I've been acting from this place because this is what I know, but this is not what I want to do with myself. And that is accountability with myself, the relationship with myself. Right. And if you can't even take accountability with yourself, you're not going to be able to take accountability in a relationship of any sort. You can't. It's just not possible. And sis, please tell me, give me an amen. Tell me that you feel where I'm coming from, like on some shit.
Definitely, because I was going to say, piggybacking off of the part that you were talking about in regards to your parents, I actually had a conversation with my mother not long ago. And, like sometimes things can be rocky between my mom and I. We can go back and forth sometimes between my mom and I. We butt heads a lot. And I'm a true and through all daddy's girl, right? So I had a conversation with my mom not long ago, and I was telling her how like, we have to forgive our parents, because our parents only know as much as they know. They only know as much as they're exposed to. Like, you have to really have some type of grace for your parents, because they've only known, honestly, what they've been taught, what they've been shown, right? So if they don't know anything otherwise, what other example do they have to follow? You know what I'm saying? So I had to come to this understanding, looking at myself, that the way I parented the first half of his life was very much so how I was parented. And when I knew better and I knew that that did not work for him, I changed into how I wanted to be parented, number one. But number two, I listened to my child and I heard how my child needed to be parented. And so I have, I did tell my mom, like, I've been working with, different ladies and helping them with their own, motherhood journey. and letting them know that, you know, it's okay to veer off from the path in which you were put on based on what you've seen, because you don't know any different until you know something different. So, you know, and my mom completely agreed, which was like kind of crazy to me, because it shocked me, because I was just like, I know she's gonna have something to say, like I know she's gonna have an attitude about it, and she was like, no, you're completely right. She was like, you know, parents don't know what they don't know. So she, you know, she kind of admired that thought process, you know, coming from me at such a young age, you know, where I am with my parenting with my son. So yeah, so I completely agree.
It just scares me because I'm not in a place yet where I have kids, but I know that I'm gonna have kids. Like, I remember talking to y'all and telling y'all, like, I very much want this, and now it's on some shit like, I know it's gonna happen for me. And it might not even happen in the way that I expect it to, but I very much still feel like it's gonna happen. And that's the thing that I live with. And it's like, I really, and this is the God honest truth. The reason I'm trying to take this accountability now is because I don't want to put that stress on my kids. I don't want them to have to deal with none of my shit because I never processed it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like the relationship with our kids, even though I don't have any, I have a dog and I love him in bits and pieces. Like, my nigga's spiritual. You couldn't tell me that my nigga's not spiritual. Like, Bruiser is spiritual as fuck. He is a warrior. He is my dog. He is my spirit animal. That is my road dog on the black side and on the white side, on the earth side and on the spiritual side. That is my nigga. And now I have this beauty of having my partner. She is the most amazing person I've ever met. And it kills me because good, bad, and ugly, yes, we don't have always good days. But we take the accountability of knowing, okay, I'm not having a good day and I want you to know that. I want to be vulnerable with you. And that is something that, because I'm gonna be honest, we both Geminis. Vulnerability is not nothing that we want to fucking do. Not nothing that we want to fucking do.
I know it ain't nothing I want to do, but you know, it's crazy because I've been in this real feminine energy where I have become very vulnerable lately. So, and I'm embracing that. I'm loving the energy. I'm loving the results of, you know, me embracing that feminine energy. I'm loving the relationships that I'm fostering and garnering. I'm just, like I said, I'm in a good place because it took accountability.
Yes.
For that. It took me realizing how much that I operated in my masculine energy, but not only how much I operated in my masculine energy, it took me reflecting and realizing that I operated in masculine energy as a default because I felt like I had no choice. And I had to forgive myself, which is taking accountability. I had to forgive myself for that because I was left with no room, you know what I'm saying? No opportunity to really operate in the feminism that I possessed. So there was like I said, masculine energy just surfaced from default. So now that I'm operating in such feminine energy, I even feel like my whole my energy, my aesthetic, everything from even today, like I just feel like it's different from where we were a month ago to where we are now. And I'm loving this energy. I am not only embracing the energy, but I embody it. Like I'm in a really good place. And I just can't wait to be able to say like, yeah, I have somebody like to share it with, you know what I'm saying? So like have like somebody, you know, be like, yeah, like you all official and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Have somebody to share it with me like, yeah, like, but you know, it is cool to have like me dating and having, you know, that energy bring this energy out of me. So, you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
Is that the word you want to use?
Yes, that's the word I want to use right now.
Good.
I'm very careful with how I'm right now.
Because that's why I was like, let me stuff my face.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna stuff my face. I am no longer dating. I'm not dating. I've never liked dating because I do feel like it does leave too much room for error on some shit. Like, and y'all, I'm so serious. Like, being accountable on some shit is hard. And it's like, and I very much love you, Iris. You know I do. I'm gonna call you out. You are embodying a lot of feminine energy, but you are embodying a different level of feminine energy, and I could tell where you still be hesitant in some areas because of the fact it's like, this is fucking new to me. This is something that I don't know what this looks like on me, and it feels weird, but it comes natural to you because you do the work. You listen to yourself, you trust yourself, and it's like, and it's like, this to me, because I very much did a reading last night and pulled the moon card, and I feel like it's relevant, so I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. I feel like it really ties in today because a lot of us, especially as Black women, we don't want to trust our intuition. We don't want to listen to ourselves. So because of that, I feel like that is a long line of not being able to take accountability because we don't trust ourselves. So it's like, I don't want to be accountable for something that I'm not sure of.
But think about this too, though. But think about this too. The very first relationship, as you said, was our parents. So when our parents were wrong, did they come to us and apologize and take accountability for when they were wrong? No, they didn't. They did things in various ways to make you know that they knew they were wrong, but they're trying to apologize in their own little way. So like, if you know somebody is wrong, like for me, for instance, my mom, I'm just gonna speak from experience, right? So if my mom knew she was wrong, she'd come to us and be like, I'm making like your favorite dessert, or she would come to us and yeah, you hungry, or you know what I'm saying. But if she didn't feel that she was wrong, whenever dinner was ready, she either wouldn't tell us dinner was ready and we would have to basically come out and figure it out on our own, or she would come to us and have an attitude when she told us it was ready. So you could really differentiate when she knew she was wrong, because when she knew she was wrong, she would approach you differently when she says, oh, dinner's ready, come and eat.
Yeah.
So really, your first view of accountability is your parents, and your parents don't take accountability for being wrong. They just say, well, I'm your parents and I know, you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the third. So it's like, you have to give yourself grace too, because like I said, that's your first sight of or example of accountability, and nobody's taking accountability there. So how could we, if we don't have that example, learn how to take true accountability for certain things?
You're right. I'm the one that started it with it. Sorry, completely forgot that I said that. But yeah, like both of my parents, like I love them, and I do know that it's hard for them to be vulnerable. They're both fucking Pisces on some shit. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna get into that one. But like, for instance, my mom is the same way, hence why I'm big. It was one of those things like, you hungry? Come here, let me fix you something. Like, what you want to eat? Or dinner's ready here, you know, like on some shit, or like she would come in and like get us something, or you know. And it's one of those things like, but we also have to take accountability, because I went to therapy on some shit and found out that yes, knowing your partner in any relationship, I'm going to stress that, because every time I say relationship, I want people to know I'm not just talking about somebody that you fucking on.
Yeah, it's not
very much me
romantic.
No, friendships, your parents, cousins, uncles, brothers, aunties, like you
Anybody
have to
outside
know
of
their
yourself,
love language.
even with yourself, shit.
Yourself. Cause I don't, I'm learning my own love languages on some shit. Like I really do admire words of affirmation.
Me too.
That is my shit.
Girl. Cause you already know, like, I be telling you like things that just really be touching me, and it be like the smallest shit. It be so small. Like when, somebody tells me that, they like the fact that I make them smile, or, that I make them smile, or, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
girl.
Or simply as calling you lovey or lovely or my love or
girl, you
anything
know. Oh, you already fucking know. And girl. And I know you pulling from my example. Cause
I am.
Shit, that drives me crazy. Like, yeah.
I have a new one for you. Very much, my partner told me one day on some shit like, I love her to... let me stop. She looked at me and she's like, you are my God. And I am like, God is ultimate love. And to me, I feel like, because I told her the other day, I was like, love is not the word that I would explain for how I feel about you, because it's not enough. And I feel like she very much hit it on the head when she was like, you are my God, yes. Because yes, granted, I am my own God. Because I'm not saying Christianity, more power to you, go do your thing. But I am God. I am my God. I make my decisions. I listen to myself. I listen to my team. And we move accordingly. So when she said that, it just blew my mind on some shit. Like, I never have words when that comes out, because it's like, that to me is agape, like the ultimate love. Like,
girl,
there
preach. You better preach.
That's love. And to me, like, I'm like, fuck. She just knows how to hit it on the head. And when I tell you on some shit, like, the accountability though that we have had to take to fucking get there, it is not easy on some shit. Like, I very much have went through hell and high water within a couple months.
You have been. And look at you though, with armor on and everything. Like, the fuck is up next? Like,
yeah. Which spirit very much has been heavily. I'm surprised you don't see no orbs in here, because they are popping all fucking day now, like on some shit like.
Oh,
and it's
I
to
know.
a point,
It's been a lot.
Okay, then you know what I'm talking about, because it's no longer just like, you know how it's like, it's usually like these little flashes. Mm-hmm. They're making themselves known to the point that they're like, look at me, and I will very much see the light, and then with some shit like, we'll see it. Yeah.
So this is probably a whole nother episode too, but it's been a long time since we've spoken, and my gifts are going crazy. Like, now it's to the point where I can see the shadows of like animals that have been hit in the road. And I see like them walking along. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see actual shadows of people coming, and I can see like people just walking, and just, it's a lot. It's intense, but it is so cool. It is so intriguing to me. So of course, I done embraced it, and I'm like, what is that? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But so I totally understand what you're saying about like, when they're like, look at me, here I am, like, what's up? Girl, they've been like, sometimes I'd be scared to go outside. Cause I'd be like, who the fuck knows what I'm about to see? And then it's crazy, because you can definitely differentiate what's reality and what's residual.
Yes. So
it's not, you like how I did that, reality versus residual. You like it? So yeah, it's very much so giving everything. I love it.
Yes. So, everything.
Yeah.
Also, shit like girl, just oof. I'm in my feelings.
I have to commend the both of us. Because I don't know if you guys out there can see it yet. And I mean, this is just our first episode back in a little while, but we have had so much growth, both individually and collectively, because I don't want to say that we had like a small level of codependency, but we were like peas in a pod, right? And then life happened and we kind of veered our separate ways for a minute, and we were able to experience life and experience things on our own. And I really feel like I really appreciate the time that we had apart, even though I missed the shit out of her. I really appreciate the time that we had apart because she came back, she's so in love and this, that, and the third. But I can really tell that she's had time to work on herself. And not only that, like I've had time to really work on myself and experience myself and experience other things, and not have to go over to Nala and consult Nala like every 5 minutes about something that had happened between me and somebody else, and just really like freely like allow things to happen and freely just live. And so I just can't wait for you guys to really experience like the new us. Like I don't really know how to describe it. It's like, and we're still learning us. Like that's the thing too. Like we're still learning ourselves and we're still getting to know ourselves. So the beauty of all of this is that you get to see and learn us as we grow and learn ourselves. So that's beautiful too. And I'm really, like I said, I'm operating in a lot of feminine and Venus energy, y'all. Like I was so, and you can even tell like I'm more masculine. I'm not more masculine. I'm more vulnerable and I'm more relaxed this episode, because usually I'm like kind of like, kind of uptight, but like I'm relaxed and I'm in it, and it's just, it's beautiful. It feels amazing. It feels great. And I was telling sis, like, cause we still don't really get to catch up often, but when we do, we do. But like I was telling sis, like I'm at a place where there are tears of joy that just flow. And sometimes I don't know why, and sometimes I do know why. And it's just one of those things where it's like you hear about unspeakable joy, you can see it on people and you're like what the hell, like are they pretending, this, that, and the third. But when you experience it for yourself, it brings you down to your knees. It just makes you so like in this space, and I can't even just say that it's a vulnerable place, because it's not just a vulnerable place, but it's a place of empowerment too, because you feel so empowered in this place. I don't know, I'm in a really good space, y'all, and I'm embracing it. I'm loving it. And I'm just really excited for what's to come, especially for the podcast, what's to come for us individually. And just life is good. LG. I've been telling somebody, I'd be like, yeah, LG, life is good. Like I'm on a good wavelength right now. So on that note, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it on up. So sis, you got anything else you want to say? Final moments, final words? I mean, I didn't just went on this whole little tangent. I apologize, but
no.
Yeah.
I love when you get on your tangents. I think you need to have more of them on some shit, because like I said, being vulnerable for you is something that is still very much new. And I really do just feel like we really need to learn to be more vulnerable. And I'm going to just say this too, because I don't want to speak on it too much. But it's very much like creating safe spaces are important. Creating safe spaces are very important, and allowing people to have that safe space is what is so important. I think if it wasn't for my partner showing me what it's like to not only struggle with safe space, but actually truly creating that and what it looks like.
I'm glad you brought that up because, you know, that I have been working on some things individually, independently, where I have created a safe space. I have created a safe circle for just various different people. You know, I've always wanted to do life coaching. And so I've had opportunity to just step aside and really focus on what my life coaching goals have been and my practice for life coaching and different things like that, because you know I'm on different directories and stuff and people have different needs. So yes, I have created a safe space for people, and it is a safe spiritual space. People understand that, but I do welcome people of all different types of backgrounds. So and we'll go into that, I guess, a little more, because like I said, we've been growing individually and collectively. So, but on that note, y'all, we are going to call it an episode. We love y'all, and we will see y'all on the next episode.
Bye.